I got a phone call from one of the ham radio operators at about 8:34 that morning, and he said, "Jean, you might want to get your ducks in a row. This is it. We got a call from Vancouver." And I looked out the window. I lived near Adna, and I could see the plume going up.
We weren't prepared for an eruption. We didn't know.
I was at home. I was working the east end of Lewis County, and I lived in Salcombe. My wife woke me up and said, "Something's going on." Get east of Mossy Rock, and the ash fall was like a blizzard.
I went to work, and there was ash raining down on the pickup, and it was dark, and it remained dark most of that day, and there was ash on the roadways, and it was really quite eerie.
It was so bad on the freeway after this mountain blew that I called the county commissioners, and two of them rushed down on a Sunday and passed an emergency law that restricted the freeway through Lewis County to 25 miles an hour. Cars off the road, rear-ending one another. I told our boys to get a pair of their wife's pantyhose, bring it to work, put it over the carburetor, put a rubber band around, and every 2 hours get out and shake them, put them back. Otherwise, that car would be dead on the middle of the road.
It was very gray. There was no color to anything.
Everything was totally gray, totally black. But yeah, it wasn't anything like it. Well, it would be like snow, except totally dirty, black, gray snow.
Elderly people were concerned about the health effects of the ash. Young mothers were very concerned about the health effects to infants. Well, they were just more disgusted than anything, and more than panic.
Yeah.
There were people who wanted to go in and check on there was word that folks were trapped up in the back country and things of that nature, and they wanted to go in and try to find them, and we were trying to keep them out because we didn't want to have more people injured or trapped in those areas.
We were contacting every area in the state that had an available street sweeper. Many were all still in use in Moses Lake and other areas, so it was very difficult getting that kind of resource, and because of that it did take a lot longer, and the fire departments were hosing off streets with their equipment.
By the end of the second week, we were all pretty doggone tired, as most of the people who worked in public safety were. We didn't care if we ever heard another thing about Mount St. Helens. And it took almost 20 years before I was willing to get together with the group. We were all severely impacted by the work that we had to do and the negative part of that. And now we get together to support one another and to talk and to reminisce a little bit about those things. And
I hope you never have another one. But now there's a book that was prepared by the geologists and the sheriff's offices, How to Fight an Eruption. Right down to the paper clips and how many tents and how many people and what do you need.